Hi everyone, my name is Lex and welcome back to my channel. In case you're wondering what happened to me for the past months without any update or any travel video uploaded, is because I stressed out processing my US Immigrant Visa Application. So yes, you heard me right, I'm leaving the country to join my family in the US. So I'm not actually excited migrating, to be honest, for some acceptable reasons, but I need to. I need to fulfill certain responsibilities and everything else in between. So I have to go. I decided to film this to serve as a guide for our fellow kababayans who will undergo or is currently undergoing the process of their application for US Immigrant Visa. Just a little disclaimer, I will be sharing my own personal experiences as an F2B applicant, and some of the tips that I'll give here does not guarantee approval of your own application. So again, this is not for tourist visa applicants, but for immigrant visa, particularly F2B classification. Now that we are clear, let me announce officially that my visa application is already approved, and I have it with me, and I'm just like trying to decide when to leave the country. So I have a few more months. Deadline is February. So I'll be dividing this post into 4 parts. So first is, what are the documents to bring to your interview? Second is my medical examination in St. Luke's. Third is the US Embassy interview. And fourth is the PDOS at CFO, or your pre-departure orientation seminar. So if you think these videos are for you, I'm glad that you are here and I hope I could be of help. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing to get updates on my whereabouts. So let's go on with the first video. Every visa applicant, no matter their age, must bring certain documents to the interview, including photographs, original version of their civil documents like birth certificates that you have submitted to the NVC, copies of those documents, and financial documents from the petitioner and any other financial sponsors. You must bring these documents even if you have submitted a photocopy to the NVC. So bring the original documents. What happens if you forget to bring something on the list? Well, the consular officer will not be able to complete the processing of your visa. So you will have to gather that missing item and provide to the embassy what they need. Well, failure to bring this item can delay your visa issuance, okay? So make sure all the items that they have on the list is complete. What I have here is a folder that houses all the documents that I need to present to the embassy. Ito siya, okay? It helped me organize my papers, so I said just make one for your application. And as we go along, I'll show you what I have, okay? So the first thing that you have to have on your folder is your appointment letter. So after the NVC schedules your visa interview appointment, they will send you your petitioner and your attorney, if you have one, an email or a letter noting the appointment date and time. And you have to print this appointment letter and put it in front of your document folder, for this is the first thing that will be asked of you by the US Embassy guards when you submit yourself to the embassy in Manila for your interview. Together with that, they'll be checking immediately your unexpired passport. So it should be valid for 6 months beyond your intended date of entry to the US, and a photocopy of the biographic page where your name and photo are located. Someone's calling, wait lang. Then you have your passport size photographs, so you need 4 of them. So the US Embassy is very specific with their photo requirements, so better check their website for photo specifications. I'll put the link on the description box later. In my case, I just went to the studio in the mall and said, I need photos for my US visa application. The next thing I know, I'm done with this requirement already. They know what to do. Then make sure you ask for a soft copy because you will be needing these copies, or you will be needing a soft copy of this photo in other documents. And then goes the confirmation page of your DS-260. So you can access the DS-260 from the Consular Electronic Application Center or CEAC website by going to immigrantvisas.state.gov and clicking on Submit Visa Application and Civil Documents, or on the website of the US Embassy or Consulate where you will apply. Make sure you print this one because every window in the embassy will ask for it. The barcodes in the document is linked to your personal information. It's easy to accomplish, by the way. Just a little lengthy. I think 12 pages or 9 pages. So do not invent answers, okay? Be honest and be truthful. This is how it looks like. I think I still have it here. So, ang nakalagay dito, thank you. You have successfully submitted an immigrant visa and alien registration application. So, that's Form DS-260. You must bring to your visa interview proof that you submitted this form by printing a confirmation page using the below button. Do not print a copy of this screen. Use the below print confirmation button to print a page with a unique barcode related to your visa application. So, there was one person in my interview, ganito yung pin-provide niya. So, wala siyang confirmation page. So, parang hindi ata siya pin-process. Okay? Make sure you have your confirmation page. At nasaan yung sa akin? Hopefully, I still have one. Okay? Pero parang wala na dito kasi nasubmit ko na. Then, you need to obtain an original birth certificate or certified copy. So, not from NSO, but from PSA. So, NSO is National Statistics Office. Wala na siya. So, it's now called PSA or Philippine Statistics Authority. I remember a lady during my interview. Her birth certificate was not accepted because the document was issued by NSO. So, make sure your certificate came from the... So, make sure if your certificate came from the old NSO, get a new one from PSA. You'll just have to pay again. Then next is your medical exam results if the physician gives you this result. So, in my case, binigay nila yung result ng medical exam ko from St. Luke's, but it's in a sealed brown envelope. Do not open it. Just bring them to your interview and the sealed envelope will be opened by the consulate. So, again, do not open the envelope. Now, the next items that I'll be mentioning is important for family-based visa application like myself. So, you need first a signed affidavit of support from your petitioner and any additional financial sponsors who submitted a Form I-864 on behalf of your visa application. So, applicants may bring photocopies and scanned versions of these forms and associated documents during your US Embassy interview. Next is financial evidence showing your petitioner's income such as federal tax returns or Form W-2. If you have any additional financial sponsors, you must bring the same type of financial evidence for them along with proof of their legal status in the United States. So, I'll give you a sample. This is Form I-864. So, 12 pages siya. Finilapan to ng parent ko who petitioned me. Actually, it's my dad who petitioned me. So, ayan, nakalagay dyan yung... Ano ba nakalagay dito? Yan. Basta, questionnaire. Sila naman ang mag-fill up dyan. So, make sure you ask your petitioner to provide you a copy of this form. Next, what did I say? W-2. So we have, I think I have W2 here. So ito yung tax. Yun yung nila. Pakita ko nila. So this is the W2 form from my parents. Okay? And then next is the IRS Transcript. So this is another financial document I have this. So yeah, that's your income tax return. So my petition, my document, or my petition is 2018. So 2017 yung hinihingi, the latest ang hinihingi nila sa embassy. Well, hindi naman siya hiningi actually sa embassy. So I have it here with me because it's included in the list in their website. So pinrepair ko siya. Those three financial documents were not asked of me by the consulate. The next is proof of your US petitioner's status and domicile in the United States. So they need a photocopy of the US passport, the naturalization certificate or legal permanent resident card. So first I have the passport of my dad. I even asked for the passport of my mom and my sister. And the next is the naturalization certificate. So since, well, to give you a backgrounder, I was petitioned by my father when he was still a permanent resident. So from permanent resident, that's F2B classification. And then when they become US citizens in, I think, 2012 or 2013, so na-naturalize sila as Americans. So my petition became, my classification became F1 from F2B. So later on, I'll discuss more about that classification. So you have the naturalization certificate, parang proof na naging American citizen na sila. So I have my father, my mother, and my sister's certificates. Also, they will be asking, it was asked of me, family photographs. So ako hindi ako mahilig mag-picture ng family. Good thing I have one sa Facebook. So I just printed the photo. So ayan nakalagay. What I did was, this is not the original document that I showed the consulate. Nilagyan ko pa siya ng mga names para it's easy for them to identify who is who. This is me, this is my father, this is my brother, this is my sister, etc. 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 Also, naglagay din ako ng ano bang tawag dito? Screenshot ng chat group ng family just to prove na nag-uusap kayo. You're in good terms with your family. Ganun ba yun? Anyways, so yun, nilagay ko siya dyan. Hindi siya hiningi, but in case hanapin, letters, they even ask for letters. What else? Siguro if you do chat sa cellphone, sa mga online chat, ang tawag doon, yung mga WhatsApp, mga messenger. So print out nyo lang yun, screenshot nyo and then print. Okay? And then next is your NBI clearance. So if you are 16 years of age or older, you must submit a copy of a police certificate from all countries you have lived. So in the Philippines, ang police certificate natin is the NBI. So police certificates expire after 1 year. So unless the certificate was issued from your country of previous residence and you have not returned there since the police certificate was issued. Ano ba to? So in my case, I've never lived in other countries besides the country. So I just go to other countries for touristy, ano ba doon? Ano bang tawag doon? Turista. So hindi. But if I have lived in a certain country, like say for example, I lived in or I stayed in Australia for more than 6 months, I need to secure a police clearance from that country plus my NBI clearance here in the Philippines. Gets nyo? But in my case, so NBI clearance lang ang kailangan ko. Okay? Next is original CENOMAR. Ano pa tong CENOMAR? So it's also issued by the PSA or Philippine Statistics Authority. So this is a certificate of no marriage or simply CENOMAR. Okay? It is a certification issued by the PSA stating that a person has not contracted any marriage. Hindi ko kasal. So also, a certificate of no record. It's also defined as a certificate of no record of marriage or certificate of singleness. Ayun. Just to prove that you are single. Because my application status is F2B, right? So, unmarried sons and daughters of American citizens. Ganun siya. So, it's very specific, unmarried. So, I need Senomar. Make sure you request for 2 original copies. Later on, actually isa lang naman, but later on I'll discuss with you or I'll tell you why I need to have 2 Senomars. Okay? Oh, this is it. The F2B retention approval. Okay. It took me, I think, 15 days for this one. Like I mentioned earlier, I was petitioned by my father when he was still a permanent resident. So that makes me F2B. And then, what happened was they became citizens, so it changes my status from F2B to F1. Okay, it's automatic. Okay, but when I check the priority dates, iba-iba kasing priority date na. F2B mayroong priority date, F1 may priority date. When I compared it, mas faster yung approval or mas earlier ang priority date ng F2B. So I want to retain my F2B status para mas mapabilis ako. Because if I opt to stay with F1, what's gonna happen is I'll wait a little bit longer. So ayun, I need to secure an F2B approval. I applied this sa US Embassy. So I provided documents. Let me So ayun, ang requirement was my petitioner's naturalization certificate, copy of Form 1 I-30, copy of Form 1 or I-797, and original Senomar. So I have 2 Senomars. This is ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, bakit 2 Senomar yung ginamit ko. So ako, gusto ko may receiving copy. Actually, hindi naman kailangan, but sinama ko na siya, nilagay ko siyang ganyan. Then I have a letter. So, nakalagay, I, the undersigned, with the following US Immigration Visa Application data below, respectfully request for the retention of my status in the F2B classification instead of being automatically converted to a different preference, which is F1. So, nakalagay yung data ko, no? So, my case number, beneficiary's full name, beneficiary's date of birth, petitioner's full name, and the priority date. Then attached in this letter are the following documents. Copy of petitioner's naturalization certificate. Now, second is a copy of Form I-130. Third is copy of Form I-797. And lastly, Senomar. So that's why I have 2 Senomars. Your favorable action to the matter is highly appreciated. Thank you. So, eto yun. Ayan siya. Ang dami nila. So, ayun. Then, I had it received sa US Embassy. Okay? Sabi nila, it's 30 days approval. So, ang tagal, isang buwan. But, luckily, I got this approval after 3 days only. I may collect to them sa email. So, sumasagot naman sila, which is nice, diba? So, there you go. Those are the documents that you need to bring to your US Embassy interview. So, I hope na naging helpful ako sa mga na mag-a-apply or nag-a-apply ngayon or nag-o-organize sa mga documents na kailangan nila. So, watch out for the next video, which is my, ano ba tawag doon? Medical experience sa St. Luke's Medical Center in Manila. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, wala namang problem doon. Meron lang discrepancy with the dates. If you will check in their website, the anong tawag doon? I forgot. Ayun. If you will check the priority date of F2B versus F1, mas mauuna si F2B. So, since naging F1 ako when they become US citizens, mas matatagalan yung petition ko. So, I want to have my F2B returned. that's what I applied for. Next on the list is the financial evidence showing your petitioner's income, such as federal tax returns or sorry. And now the following documents are required for